Bonjour tout le monde. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Otilia Baraboy. I am the Executive Director of the Alliance Française de Seattle, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you today Karine Cochetel, who is the Head of Administration of Alliance Française de Nice, Côte d'Azur, and she will talk to us about the wonderful opportunity that our members from Seattle have to study at the Alliance Française in Nice. She will talk about registration, cultural programs, accommodation. So any questions you have for her, now is the right moment to ask. And we will also record this session in order to be able to share it with the ones who weren't able to come here. Welcome, Karine. So yeah, we're eager to hear what you can share with us about Alliance Française de Nice. Thank you.
Yes, thanks a lot, Otilia. So first of all, nice to meet you all. I'm very pleased to do this presentation for you today. I already recognized a few names people that are part of the presentation. So I already know some of you are coming to Nice or thinking about coming to Nice. So yes, I really do hope we'll meet at the time you come here. For all the other ones, like this session is going to be like a general information session about our Alliance Française. So like everything that we offer, indeed like courses, accommodation, cultural activities. So I'm going to introduce you like everything. And then finally, like the little offer we have for you guys as like members of the Alliance Française of Seattle. So at the end, of course, we'll have a lot of time to go through your questions. If you have any questions on the moment, just like feel free to write it in the chat. If you're afraid of forgetting about it, I'll make sure to answer them all at the end. So first of all, who are we at the Alliance Française of Nice? So I will start with a like 1 minute video. It's a general video of our Alliance Française and everything we have to offer, all our facilities. And I then go in more like details about it. But I do believe to start with, it's going to give you like a very nice overview of what you could expect coming here. So that's our small like video, presentation. I'm aware there's no sound going on right now. I'm very sorry about it. It's much more like dynamic with the sound on. But if you want, I can share the presentation with all of you, and there's going to be sound on it afterwards. So just a few things about our Alliance Française. First, about our teachers, because if you're coming to Nice, to our Alliance is of course to like continue learning French. So we're very proud here to have like native French teachers and most of them have at least like one master's degree in teaching French, of course, as a foreign language. So we make sure that our team is ready to welcome you and to get you the right like knowledge. We work with a method called Défi at the Alliance Française, so they also follow that method during most of our classes. We also make the decisions here in Nice to teach from French to French. So even though you might be like a beginner, it's still going to be in French, and you'll see it's wonderful what ways we can find to just understand each other. So we have like a fully like French, teaching like method, and the team is very experienced for that as well. Here a bit about the administration and the education. So obviously I am part of the administration team. And what we take care of is, of course, general information for any like prospect and enrolled students. any questions and registration for housing. We help you register for the classes or for the exams. And finally, we also program all the cultural activities, which you're more welcome to take part in when you are in Nice. And then we have the education team. That team is going to be here to do your placement tests, like most importantly. So if you register in Nice, you'll be asked to sit an online placement test so that our team can assess your level of French. We have levels from A1 to C1 plus and sub levels within all these levels. So a test will be like an obligation for you to go through, just so we make sure like that you reach a level, that you join a level that's suitable to, you know, what you want to do, that needs to be a bit challenging, not too easy, of course. Of course, they can help you with any like learning content and any, you know, learning questions, any difficulties you may encounter, like with studying, you know, any extra resources. They're really here to advise you and help you through your progress. So a bit about where we are located. Of course, you know, we are in Nice, so south of France, very sunny location. So that's great. I think it is the sunniest city in France. We have like above like 300 days of sunshine per year. So that's a lot. But most importantly, we're like very centrally located. We're less than 10 minutes from the train station and only like a 15 to 20-minute walk from the beach and also the old town of Nice. If you come, of course, you would probably arrive by plane. We're only like 30 minutes away from the airport. It's very like central in Nice. So you can also, you know, do your classes in the morning and then hop on at the beach in the afternoon. So here's a little map of our campus. So we don't have only one building. We actually have quite a few buildings that are all spread out in the same street. So our front desk is located here. And then in front of that, we have a wonderful cafe. I will introduce it to you like right after. So we have the cafe, our own residence with furnished studios, and then all the rest is just classrooms. So that's how we can also cater to like all different levels. And as you can see, just so you know, like all our classroom have the name of like a famous like France related person. So I'll tell you a bit more about our courses, which I assume is what you're mostly interested in. What we mostly do here in Nice are morning classes, and we have three different formulas that could be of interest to you. The first one is the super intensive course. So that's a 26 hours a week course. So our minimum for registration is 1 week. And that course, it entails an intensive course, which is Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. And then on top of this, 3 times a week, you get specific workshops. So on Mondays, you're going to really work on like written French. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays is about oral French. Of course, those skills, they are already worked on during the morning class. You just get this little like extra to push you further. If you feel that's a bit too much to do 26 hours a week, there's always the possibility to do the intensive course, which is only the morning classes without the workshop. If you are a complete beginner, you have to follow the intensive class just so that everyone gets the same amount of knowledge. And then the final formula we have is the standard class. So it's 12 and a half hours per week, always from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. until 11:30. So according to your like schedule, the goal you have with your trip, you can decide which formula works best for you. Most of our students will pick the intensive course because it gives you like the best, you know, progress. So we work with sessions of like 4 weeks, but as a non-beginner, you may start any Monday. But just so you know, normally in 4 weeks, you can go from one sub-level to the other if you follow the intensive classes, because it means you would have completed 80 hours of classes in just 4 weeks. But again, you can come for less time or for more. It's really up to you. Our minimum is just 1 week. And then we have our French workshops. So these are the ones that are also part of the super intensive course, but they can be taken completely separately. So the first one is the written French workshop every Monday. And the goal here is really to work on grammar, conjugation, like written expression. And we have the same variation with the oral French, which is held twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the goal here will really be for you like to speak a lot, because sometimes it's the most challenging, especially when you come from abroad and maybe it's going to be your first time coming to France. So it might be a bit challenging to be like surrounded with so many French people all of a sudden. So getting to speak is a good way to progress as well. And then we have a monthly workshop that is a phonetics workshop. So we're very lucky in our teaching team to have a teacher specialized in phonetics. So every month he gives a 2-hour workshop where you're going to work on like very specific things. So it could be like the difference between U and U, which I think could be maybe one of your struggle as, as people from Seattle. But sometimes it's about consonants. Like it really depends. We have different like subjects. So all those can be taken independently. It's really up to you to also make your own formula. So then, because I'm aware like it's a lot of information about the courses, I'll make sure if I can to like send you more information like detailed about each course if you want. If you're interested in a specific course and a certain level, we're happy to send you a syllabus of what you're going to see in that course. Also, all of our prices are on our website as well. I didn't include them here in the presentation, just because first of all, we have a special offer for you guys, but also because the price depends on the duration you want to come. So we work with digressive prices. So the more weeks you want to do with us, the bigger the discount gets. So about our cafe. So we are very lucky here in Nice to have the Café de l'Alliance, where all our students and people from the neighborhood can just come, gather, have lunch, coffee. That's really like a hub for you to like meet, mingle, and participate in our activities. So I think it will start with a little video as well of the cafe. So here are a few extra pictures of our cafe, including a part of the team right here in the middle. So again, it's a place that's open to all. We really believe it's the best place for you to just meet not only, your fellow like students in your class, but meet other students from other levels and other classes. And also if you want to like speak with French people, everyone from the neighborhood working around is also joining every day here. So that's a good way to meet people. So what we offer there is like you have the option, of course, to have breakfast, but also lunches. So the cafe is open Monday to Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. And there, yeah, you can get your breakfast, but also your lunches because we have like daily specials. So every week a new menu is announced. So it's really like French, bistro type of cuisine, a lot of local dishes that are specific to Nice. Of course, we do serve the salade niçoise. Yes, that's not a daily special. It's just part of the permanent menu. Um, and what we offer on top of the daily specials is that for everything you purchase at the cafe, you get student discounts. As from the moment you study at the Alliance Française of Nice, you are considered to be a student of ours. You can, of course, ask for a student card to the front desk, but otherwise you just need to say that you're a student and the team will just, apply a special discount for you. So it makes it also a bit more affordable. Everyone as well is doing their coffee break at the cafe because that's during your classes, especially if you do like intensive, you will have like a 15-minute break in the morning. So there you can just come to the cafe, have your little coffee and enjoy. You could see maybe from the video that we also have like mezzanine, and there we have the media lab, which I will introduce later. And finally, in the cafe, we also do a lot of cultural activities, including a monthly free concert that's held at the Café de l'Alliance. So overall, it's really like a spot for you to, to just relax, maybe to study. It's also important, or just to, have nice food. So talking about our media lab. So this is a spot where you can go to study. We have a lot of like French textbooks available as well if you want to like study specific things. But otherwise, we have novels and comics, and everything is split per level. So based on your level, you have a specific color code that will allow you to find like literature or resources that are more suitable to your level. You can also lend the books that are in the media lab. So everything is possible. We also have video games that were also actually split per level. So there's no excuse not to play video game here at the Alliance Française of Nice. A teacher made actually the entire made the selection of all the different video games based on what you could learn in them. We have DVDs, and we have a lot of magazines. So we have subscriptions to different like French magazines. Like you can see here, L'Express. So we have Le Monde as well. And also it's like changing every time a new one gets published, we just renew it. So you make sure to always have very like up-to-date literature to read. So then I would like to talk about accommodation. Because if you're coming here, it is most likely that you will be in need of housing here in Nice. And Nice is not the easiest city to get housing. There's very big shortage. It's quite expensive as well. So our solution is our residence. So we have our very own residence, which is in the same building than the cafe. So it's basically above. So there we have 5 floors with fully furnished and equipped studios. So most of our students are actually staying in that residence. So here you can see a picture. The cafe is right here at the bottom, and the whole white building is our residence. So what we offer there is, so first of all, furnished studios. They're all individual with a private bathroom and your own kitchenette, so you can cook there. They also all have reversible air conditioning and free unlimited Wi-Fi. Overall, the residence has CCTV, so it's very secure. The door is always like closed at night. You get a code to enter and exit. Also, what's nice is that you have a direct access to the cafe. So you have a special door inside the residence that gets you straight to the cafe, which is not the public door. I will show you a small video of one of the studio we have. So we have different like studio categories. Some are double. So if you come with your partner, for instance, we have double studios, but most of them are like single studios. So I'm just showing you, for your reference, a video of a single studio so you can see a bit how it looks. So that's a very small video, but it gets you an idea. So really for you, it means that you just need to come with your suitcase and that's it. Like, as you can see, there's a bed linen, bed sheets, household linen, like everything is provided for you. You also get utensils to cook. You really just need your suitcase and that's it. Another option, if you want a more like immersive experience, is of course to do a homestay. We work with a network of above like 40 host families that are around Nice and that are very experienced and looking forward to hosting foreign students. So here, for instance, you can see one of our host family in the middle with 2 students that she hosted recently. So what we offer here is, of course, like fully French families. that are all within 20 minutes from the Alliance Française, either walking or public transport related. And then we have two options. Either you can pick like a breakfast only stay, or you choose half board. So that means you also have dinner included. Of course, when you stay at a host family, you have your own bedroom. You do not share it with other students. Um, and yeah, of course, the goal here is to have a full, cultural and linguistic immersion. So we do make sure and ask our host families that they take the time to discuss with you. In France, dinner time would be the most appropriate time to really have a deep conversation with, your host. Like that's something that's very important here. So that could be a nice way for you, to get extra like knowledge about the culture, the French culture, but also just get to speak outside of class with someone who's French. So that's a possibility as well. Finally, I would like to talk about the cultural activities. Like we're very lucky to be in a very wonderful region, to be honest. So we can do a lot of different like activities. Um, Here you can see on the right a little video from actually the last concert we did last week. So every month we organize a concert that's like free entrance. Um, we open the cafe a bit longer for it, and everyone is welcome. Again, it's our students, it's the staff of the Alliance Française that's very involved and active, but also just people from the neighborhood. It's like everyone gets to like mingle. But apart from the concert, we mostly do like guided tours of like nearby cities and villages. Maybe you heard of Monaco or Antibes, which are quite famous ones. So you're either accompanied by a French teacher or by a tour guide. So these are like we try to do like a guided tour at least once a week. Then every Monday and free of charge, we have a club de conversation, and it takes place in the Media Lab. And the goal here is with other students from different levels to just get to speak. So we have like someone here to help, get you like some conversation starters. And of course, then it's all, then it's all for you to like do the talk basically. Um, Again, we have the cafe, so we do a lot of food tastings, mostly, wine and cheese tasting, but we also try to do some local cuisine tasting. Or for instance, tomorrow we're also doing like Niçoise cooking workshop. So that could also be something that you may experience if you come to Nice. Our program is monthly, so it changes every month. So we usually advertise it like 1 week before, the start of the month. So it really changes according to the season. Of course, in February, maybe if you're familiar a bit with Nice, we had the carnival here. So we do more events around the carnival. But otherwise, we also have bi-monthly exhibitions at the cafe. So we try to highlight and showcase some like local artists here, and they present their work. So that's also a nice way for you to discover a bit like local art. And for the more advanced of you, that are like above B1 level in French, we organize every month a café philo with a French teacher at the Alliance. And here you will really like talk on a philosophical topic. And then we have the revue de presse, which is basically a press review. So it's always going to be on something very like current at the moment, like in France or in society in general. So it's more like those two activities are more like debates. They're a bit more in depth with your language. So we always make sure that there are every week activities for more beginners and some for more advanced levels, just to make sure that everyone gets, something to do every week at the Alliance. And of course, yeah, I've written down and more because that's just like a small overview of everything we can offer on a monthly basis. So here you have a few pictures of like all students actually at the Alliance and what we organize as activities. So for instance, you can see here on the top left It was an outing in Antibes, which is a city 20 minutes away from Nice. Here in the middle, like a food tasting, all about, very like special, well, French specialties, but that are a bit like bizarre in a way, like, snails, frogs' legs, a bit more out there, I would say, than what the normal French person would eat. Um, Here on the top right, it was a café philo. So that's where people, they just gather together and discuss a specific topic. And then here you can see one of our concerts as well. And the last two are just like outings we do. So here we did like beach volley activity, and the one in the middle was going to one of our regional vineyards. So it's pretty varied, and we try to make sure that there's something for everyone, also according to like your cultural taste. So about the offer or the partnership that we're very happy to have concluded between the Alliance Française of Seattle and the one in Nice is basically that we have a 15% discount on tuition fees for any enrolled, students of the Alliance Française of Seattle. So the discount really applies on the course fee only, not on housing. That's like a separate thing. But if you want to register with us, you just need to send us an email saying you're from the Alliance Française of Seattle, and then we can issue you a very like a personalized, offer with the discounts. Some of you can already, maybe testify that yes, it is a real deal because you benefited from it already. So we're very happy to put that in place. We just need to know, which course option you would like to attend, for how long, of course, because that discount applies on all public prices. So here in Nice, we apply a discount from 4 weeks onwards. For instance, 4 weeks has a 4% discount. If you come from the Alliance Française of Seattle and you want to stay for 4 weeks, of course, the 4% discount is still there. You just get the 15% on top of that. So it's really a discount on our public rates, which are all available online. We're very transparent on, our offers, so you can find everything. And then, of course, we do assume you would need accommodation, so feel free to directly, to make it like smoother, already say if you need accommodation or not. So that's actually it for me. I don't know if you have any questions. I do genuinely hope that it was pretty clear. Of course, I work at the Alliance Française of Nice, so for me, it's very, it's a daily thing I think of. So hopefully you got all the information you need, and please let me know if you have any questions. Nobody? Oh, Hollis, yeah.
Yeah, I had a question about the makeup of the students in the classes. Where are your students from and what ages are they?
So first of all, we only welcome adults to our school. We do not do any like kids or teenager like classes.
Mhm.
And then we have really from all ages. I would say during the summer, we have maybe a younger crowd. The rest of the year is really mixed. Like our most recent, statistics was that the majority of our students are above 32 years old, and it can really go up to like 85 or even 90 years old. Absolutely. And then nationality wise, like the majority is actually American. We have like a very much growing like audience that comes from the US. And then it's pretty varied. Of course, we're close to Italy, so we have a lot of people from Italy, also from Spain, so more like the nearby, the country, the neighboring, sorry, countries of France as well. We also have a lot of people from Russia or from China, so it's really worldwide. So I think it's what's also is different from an Alliance Française abroad that has maybe a more local audience. Of course, here, well, we don't have French students. We have people from everywhere that want to learn French. So it's hard to like answer accurately to your question. So varied.
And typically, how many students per class?
We usually have between 8 and 12 per class, depending on the level. We do have a maximum of 18 per class.
And do you have an idea about the charges for the various cultural activities? How do those run?
Yes, you mean like the price you would have to pay to attend them?
Yeah.
Yes, so it really depends. Some of our activities are for free. Like for instance, the concert is for free. All the exhibitions are for free as well. As soon as we can, we try to have them for free. But then, for instance, the Café Philo and Revue de Presse is 10 euros. And it includes one drink at the cafe. When we talk about more like guided visits, they're a bit more expensive because we also book accommodation and the tour guide for you. So we're more ranging, it could be from like 15 to 35 euros, including everything. And then you can count for like around like between 2 and 5 hours of outing, depending on the destination. So it really depends what the activity is. Of course, when it's an activity in Nice, it's usually a bit cheaper because it's easier to like organize. But otherwise, yes, it's usually around like 15 to 30 euros. Does anyone else have a question?
J'ai une question.
Oui.
J'ai besoin de logement supplémentaire pour 5 jours après et 5 jours en avant de mon cours. Est-ce que c'est possible d'avoir réservation pour dans votre bâtiment là-bas?
Résidence, dans notre
Oui,
résidence.
résident. Oui.
Yes. So I just thank you, first of all. Your French is great. I just reply in English, so I'm sure everyone understands. If the question is whether you can stay longer without taking classes, yes. If you're already like a student with us and you want, I mean, you would deserve taking like a bit of a break after all the classes. You're more than welcome to stay for like longer. You just need to like let us know so we can check whether we have, of course, availability or not. But that's an option that's possible.
Merci.
It is, maybe I should point out, however, not possible to just come to Nice and just take accommodation without the classes. Like, that would be if you take classes and then you want to stay longer. Anyone else?
J'ai une autre question. Mon moyen de transport quotidien, c'est le vélo. Et est-ce qu'il y a un vélo libre service à Nice comme à Paris?
So there is indeed like a cycling system where you can just download an app. I think here it's actually Lime, which I believe is a like a common brand, and then you can use like a bike to go around. It's especially nice to go on the Promenade des Anglais because it's pretty much a straight line all the way from the old town to the airport. So that could be lovely for you to cycle. Otherwise, of course, if you are staying at our residence and you're taking classes, well, we're less than 1 minute away from the classroom, as you could see on the campus map. So then you definitely do not need a bike. Overall, it's a pretty walkable city. It's a bit hilly as well, Nice. So cycling is fine, but not necessarily, the most enjoyable everywhere, unless you're like really into cycling.
Okay, merci.
De rien.
Je connais
Merci à
bien
vous.
le Lime Bike parce que c'est le même service à Seattle et aussi à Paris.
Ah oui, d'accord. Je comprends. C'est la même marque, je pense, un peu partout. La même
Oui.
entreprise.
Karen, we have a question in the chat.
Ah, sorry, I hadn't
No,
seen. I
it
think I need to. Oh, I don't know why I can't see the chat from here.
So Michelle wants to know, is the school open the last week of December, Christmas week?
Unfortunately not. That's the only break we're taking the whole year, is that we are closed for the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's Eve. So unfortunately, we will be closed. Like, I think our classes are going until the 20th of December, and then we come back on the 6th of January.
Okay. And I have a question. I hope it can be useful. How long is the process to register with you? Let's say somebody wants to go, decides to go in September, to go in October. How long is, does it take to find accommodation with you, the right class?
Yes. So we generally reply to requests within 2 working days. We try our best to do that. So of course, right now for September, if you want to come in October, that's absolutely possible. So how it works is like you do your registration with us like online per email. We create your account or you create it directly, and then we can proceed with like the payment. Once the payment is done, you will be automatically added to our like registration list, and then so at sorry, mixed up, but like no, at the end of the month, like before the month where you're going to start, for instance, if you want to start in October, at the end of September you'll receive an invite to attend our online orientation. So it covers a lot of things that I've already said here, but it goes a bit more in depth about really like your planning and everything, and it gets you also get to meet 2 persons from the staff so that they can answer all your like admin or educational questions. So that's something that takes place usually on the last week of the month. And then on top of this, like at least the week before you start your course, you'll receive another email inviting you to sit the online placement test. So it's a basic Doodle link where you can just select the time slot that works for you. Of course, we are aware of the time difference that's quite important between Seattle and Nice. So there's really no concern if you don't find any time slots available to do your placement test online. Then you will simply do it on your first day of classes at the Alliance Française of Nice directly. So the courses always start at 9 a.m. So that means you can come at 8:30 a.m. That's when we open our front desk to just do the placement test straight away. Then our team can see what level, what class suits you best, and you can join the class at 9 a.m. sharp. So there's no issue if you are a bit maybe late or last minute with your plans. We always try to accommodate people even like a week before. I would assume, however, that with visa related questions, of course, you want to be a bit more ahead. But also with visas, if for any reason it gets a bit like delayed, we can also postpone the start of your course. So when you register and you tell us, I want to start, for instance, on the let's say even now like the 16th of September, but it's actually not possible, it's totally fine. We can reschedule the start of your course. So you're not bound to it.
Thank you. I see. And do the students need to decide what cultural activities they want to get involved in, like before they come, or they can make the schedule with you when they get there?
Yes, there's no need to register in advance, especially because we release the cultural program only like once per month. So every week, every Monday, actually, one person from my team is going to every single classroom to introduce the activities that are going to happen during that week. So of course, it's also, written on the website. We have a lot of like information sheets that are displayed like on our campus. And on top of this, we have someone coming every week to tell you, this week, this is happening, this is happening, this is the price to register. And then you simply come to the front desk and you register with us directly.
Okay.
So there's no pressure on that. And of course, with the free activities, usually there's no need for registration in advance, especially for the concerts. So it's really like come and go.
Okay. Thank you. Seems very easy to plan.
We try to be very flexible and like easygoing with the with everyone.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other questions in the chat, or you can ask them yourself?
Je peux dire que c'était très facile. Registration, pas de problème. Le site marche très bien. The website was fantastic. Very easy to use.
Merci beaucoup, Gary. Je suis ravie que ça ait été simple pour vous.
Merci. So I guess we can stop here. If we will post the recording on our website, and we will share it with those who weren't able to make it. So please let us know if you have any questions, or you know where to reach Karine directly. And I hope you will take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to go to Nice and study French there. And I think the Alliance de Nice is it the third Alliance, or in Europe, or I think it's one of the on the top, right?
Yes. Because the new results like came in recently
Yeah.
about the 2023 statistic. I think we're definitely in the top 15. I can't remember exactly like which one. It depends which indicator we're looking at.
Right.
But we are, however, like one of the oldest Alliance Française, because the foundation of the Alliance Française like network was founded in 1883, and we were founded in 1884. So
Wow.
we're actually like very, very old, and we are celebrating this year 140-year anniversary. So actually, if you're here in October, it is very likely that we're doing a very big party to celebrate.
Oh, wonderful. Really wonderful.
Yes.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so thank you everyone. Merci beaucoup, Karine. Merci tout le monde. So I hope Karine will be able to you know, see you in Nice in person.
Yes, I really look forward to like, well, seeing you, Gary, of course. Hollis, I hope we can, you know, finalize everything so you're able also to come.
Yes.
No, it's really a pleasure to meet you all.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Au revoir.
Have a good
Merci.
day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Thank you.
Wow.